Well, welcome back to MZANSI FUNDIZ. We'll dive right back into it. Owen, you had something to say. Coach Mangoba going out to Yanga. There was talk that Fadlu is going to go there. We know he was at Simba, so he knows that league quite well. There was talk Fadlu is going to take over that hot seat, but they decided to go with Coach Mangoba. A good acquisition.
I think Mangoba is the best one. Remember, the name Mangoba means conquer.
Okay.
Got two names.
Yeah.
One is Mangoba, the other one is brilliant.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant Mangoba.
Brilliant conqueror.
Yeah, he's going to conquer with his brilliance.
Okay.
This is a man that is not new in Africa. He's been in Africa with Pitso. He's been in Africa with Rulani. Now is his time, like Lufuna has been saying. That is his now time to shine. I think that's the best one. And it's good to see our African coaches, now our South African coaches, not sitting in their laurels saying, let's go there and try new things. I mean, we've got, like you say, we had Steve Barker, we have Rulani, now we've got Mangoba. We are growing, so it's a good thing to see.
Well, that clearly rules him out for the Bafana job. So, I mean, Yanga, I mean, you look at how they compete in the Champions League as well. It's a great assignment for Coach Mangoba and a good challenge for him.
Yeah, you look at what the chairman has said. He really wants to go guns blazing in the CAF Champions League this time around. I think he feels that they've been missing in action. If you look at their campaign, and they've been bubbling, and now he says, you know what, I want to go there and compete and stop adding numbers. And there's one thing that we need to acknowledge about the Tanzanian league. I think they've grown, to be honest with you. They don't just attract those kind of coaches, Steve Barker and Steve Kompela. Pardon me. I'm still thinking of Steve. You look at those two coaches and them being in that league, it stipulates the growth of that league. You look at the number of players that they've had from South Africa as well. We're not talking average players from South Africa, we're talking top players. I mean,
we've seen Koletso Mogalwa also is going now,
But I see, I've got a bone to pick with the chairman of Yanga.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way that you will keep changing coaches 100%. Every season. They need to stabilize that ship. You know, if you look at the past 2-3 seasons, how many coaches have been in that hot seat? For me, for a team like Yanga, they need to stabilize that. And for them to be able to do well in the Champions League, you need to be, you know, more consistent in terms of the technical team that you have on the bench. Because, I mean, they have Gamondi, they have replaced Gamondi, they've got Seed was there. You know, there's so many coaches rotation.
But I think that, you know, to interject in that also in that conversation, you look at the scope of the league in its entirety. I think that's their downfall, to be honest with you. They've got this cheaper United vibes, if one can put it in there. Where they fire coaches. You know, you look at Azam for one. How many times they've changed coaches? So you can Singida Black as well. So you can clearly tell a lot of teams in that league, they continuously to change coaches. But I think with what Simba has done in terms of sticking with Steve Barker and showing and saying
it's only when Fadlu got a better offer, he left.
They didn't fire him. He left. He could have been there in that hot seat again. And for me, that's one thing that Simba is doing well. And I think what Simba have identified is that, you know, you are moving in terms of football philosophy from Fadlu very close to what Steve Barker does, and they get plug and play, and that's why you see there's continuity in the Simba family. And for me, Yanga needs to allow Mangoba to do his work. They need to support him. They have to give him a full season to coach and make Yanga better. Because for me, they've been winning that league. They need to challenge. They need to come back to the top 4 of the Champions League.
Well, we're going to run out of time, guys. We have to move on from there. Now, let's move to the position that Coach Mangoba left vacant. It's now been filled by Coach Pitso Dladla. We saw what he did out, we can't say Maritzburg anymore, it's Durban City now. At Durban City. Is that a good replacement for Coach Mangoba? When you look at an ambitious Arrows team, we know Memato wants to compete and really push the club up.
This is a coach on the rise. Pitso Dladla is a coach on the rise. He's got a net bank that he won with Durban City. Now, if you get a coach like that, he's got confidence and he's free. And I think the football that Golden Arrows plays and what Mangoba community has left there is going to suit him. And I think it's an opportunity for young coaches. 43 is taking over such responsibility. I think it's his time. Let's see what the man can do. He's confident.
And there's, I mean, Golden Arrows have always produced top quality players. They're never short of having quality players. So he should have the arsenal to really compete.
Yeah, 100%. I think, and one thing again, if you look at what he did just in going back into the Durban City program that he had, a short stint, but in that short stint, you could clearly see that he understands the dynamics of the game. He's not somebody who rushes to implement his philosophy. He says, I came here late as a coach, as a head coach for one. I'm going to pace myself and not try to push it. Let's get the team into the top 8. Let's win the Nedbank Cup. And he literally did that. You can clearly tell. So now he starts the season and he has a pre-season.
Yeah.
And how good is that for him?
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, we look at one player now that's moving from that Golden Arrow setup. He was spectacular. I mean, watching him last year, 19 years old, hard to believe the performances that he put in, moving to join Relay Mofokeng in the Belgian top flight. Cisse, how do you rate this young man?
As a special player, you know, you don't take long to see a quality player. He is absolutely quality. At 19, he bossed that midfield around. He's one guy, he doesn't care which team he's playing against.
100%.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care which players are really around him. He plays his football. For me, it was just, you know, obvious that he's going to move overseas. If he doesn't move overseas, he was going to join Pirates, I know. You know, I mean...
I'm very angry. Very
he was
angry.
going to join Pirates.
But
But for me, I think Cisse, top quality. You know, and it's not only him that is leaving. By the way, at Arrows, Sundowns has also benefited. There's a player there, a young player to replace Zwane, if you look at it. So we are talking about the new coach there that has lost 2 best players.
I was going to come there. I literally wanted to marry those two.
Absolutely, 2 best players that have left Arrows. And he's going to be tested, to be honest. But, I mean, for Cisse, and a good move for him at 19, he will start really knocking into the big boys. That's when you need to start sending players overseas at 19.
Guys, who speaks French? Who speaks French? How do you say that? Royal Chalaroa, something.
No, tongue twister for me. But I'm very angry with Mama Matoma because of that was a Paris player. We were waiting and we had a space for him already.
You got him, Tiane.
But we wanted that.
It's not the only one that was a Paris player. Sundowns has to snatch somebody somewhere.
No, exactly. I mean, that for me was the biggest surprise.
But Cisse, this is a brilliant player. I mean, Mangoba Mneti, when he plans his team, a starting lineup, the first player to call was Cisse.
Yeah.
And the whole game plan of Mangoba was around that boy in the middle because of at the 19, like he's saying, to bossing around a midfielder in South Africa when everybody's a midfielder and you're coming from Ivory Coast. Amazing. Let me ask
you, Bakania, those 2 players, did they play against Pirates?
I wanted to come into that conversation because the key factor that they always mention.
We had already reserved a place for them.
The key factor that you're referring to in terms of what Dalfuno is saying. I remember we sat here and I point reference that and I said, if you look at the number of games that Cisse and Sianda and Zovu are not there at the Arrows team, and Makele as well,
yes,
you could clearly see the team could not find itself.
Different.
And it was so important for these guys, for me, in my opinion, to move, you know, elsewhere so that they project themselves very far. At 19 years old, to find yourself in that league, I think that there's more to come from that player.
Will they leave? Will they allow Makele to leave as well?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, Mark, this is a very matured player, like Lupuna is saying. Very matured. He refused the offer to Pirates. Ali wanted him. He knows what he wants. I want the best. I want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
And that's a young player at 19.
I think Mangoba gave it out. You know, as the season went on, he did stipulate to say, you know what, this player is not going to be signed here in South Africa. He's going overseas. And you could clearly tell the quality speaks for itself. I mean,
very great. Absolutely.
But certainly. But for me, just to stretch our conversation a little bit, Mark, the content creator will forgive.
You're forgiven.
I mean, you look at a Pirates team, 12 changes that happened in there. They brought in 7 players. For me, there's 2 players that Pirates brought in, and I think they match their identity. You mentioned him, Tiane, for one. A player that knows how to scan the pitch. A player that knows exactly what he wants to do with the ball on his feet. So I think when you look at that, Pirates made a good signing for me there. Another one that also I do question it in terms of him and the player that he comes with from Siwelele as well, that they're going to compete for the same position. Doesn't make sense to me. But Rabu, for me, top quality left back. I think with Dion Hoto wanting to vacate that position, I think Pirates made a good sign.
Are you starting another conversation?
You must not be surprised why I want everything. We are defending the league. We want the Champions League.
You want the Champions League?
Sundowns has got 2 stars. We got to take another. We can't allow them to have 3. So
let's park it there. Let's park it there. That conversation is for another day. We're going to go to a break. We'll be back with more. We have the World Cup to discuss. We had 2 major games that were played.